Hey everybody! Happy Saturday. Tonight I picked a book that matches my shirt, and yes, this is the last monkey with a tool belt. I told you it was last time, but then I procured this one, so now it's really the last one. This is Monkey with a Tool Belt and the Silly School Mystery. Chico, Bonbon, and Clark were on their way to school. Chico wore a special tool belt for school. Magnifier, glitter wire, mathematics spooler, laser goggles, chalk toggle, sparkle sprinkler, ruler, staple kitten, marker mitten, bubble pen, squickle, roll a stencil, candy pencil, protractor, pickle, tissue troll, light up scissors, doodler, shredderoo, paste globber, paper ripper, maple scented glue, globe spinner, calming fluff, compass, lightning lamp, magnet monkey, smensel saw, clamshell clip-on clamp. His tools helped him with his classwork and all sorts of things that needed fixing. They arrived right on time. "Good morning, everyone," said Ms. Crabtree. Chico and Clark took their seats. Oh, you can't see this very well. I'm going to bring it up closer. Clark's chair responded with a noise that sounded like creak splat, then broke into 14 pieces. Chico got out his chair repairer and put it back together. "Today we are going to the school library to pick out new books," Ms. Crabtree announced. Chico had to repair a few things along the way. He fixed a few lockers whose locks wouldn't lock. He straightened the hands of the big hallway clock. He oiled the door with an ear-splitting squeak and fixed up the fountain, the one with the leak. Mr. Marion, the librarian, welcomed the class, but when he led them to the shelves, he let out a quiet scream. Scream. That's a quiet scream. That's a library one. Half the books were missing. "Everything from Aardvark Summer to Pygmy Pig's Pumpkin Patch is gone," he whispered loudly. "Maybe somebody is doing a really big book report," whispered Clark. Chico looked unsure. The students chose their books from the letters Q through Z. Then they headed back to their classroom for math class. It was measuring day, but Ms. Crabtree couldn't find her ruler. "It's always right here." Chico let her use the ruler from his tool belt. The students measured different objects around the classroom. Next, it was time for show and tell. Clark was going to show his watermelon, before snacking on it later, but when he took it out of his backpack, half of it was gone. Wayne took out his baseball cards, but the whole team had been chewed to pieces. Everybody's show and tell things had problems. It was a disaster. "Something strange is going on here," said Chico Bonbon. He slowly looked around the room. Nothing seemed out of place, except for one thing. There was an acorn on the pencil sharpener. That's odd. When the class headed outside for recess, Chico climbed up the jungle gym and sat at the top, thinking. What could be causing all of this, he wondered. Was it ghosts, a magnetic field, sneaky gorillas, a book club gone wild, a prankster teacher, sixth graders, those girls over there digging a hole? He just didn't know. In geography class, they were studying the continents, but when Ms. Crabtree pulled down the map of North America, I almost said North Canada, North America, everything was missing except Canada. Chico Bonbon noticed tiny bite marks all along the Canadian border. "This is definitely a clue, Ms. Crabtree," he said. Just then the bell rang. It was time for lunch. Taco Tuesday! But when they got to the lunchroom, there were no tacos. Someone had taken all the taco shells and the trays. "You'll have to put your taco fillings in these paper cups," Lunch Lady Carol said sadly. "Don't forget to grab a spork," she sighed. Clark and Chico took their taco cups and sat down at a table. Chico filled a banana peel with his taco filling. "This is almost as good as a shell," he said between bites. "You sure are good with sporks," said Clark with his mouth full of lettuce. He's struggling. Oh, we're gonna have to get close for this one. Chico finished his lunch and decided to investigate. He went to look around the school. He found that a lot of things were missing. A lot of things had been chewed on, too. In the library, he noticed there was still one book left on an empty shelf. He picked it up to take a closer look. Behind the book, there was a hole in the wall. Chico peered in and saw a tunnel. He heard noises coming from somewhere inside. He pulled out his flashlight and crawled in. 1. It was a tight squeeze. 2. The noises were getting louder. 3. He turned a corner and came to a door. The door was a book. 3. The book door had a lock on it. Chico had read this book. It was a sequel. He'd liked it a lot. 5. Chico used his 2-inch book hook to gently pry the hinges off the door. They were only glued on. 6. He swung the door back and peeked through an opening in the wall. It was a room full of squirrels. Squirrels had built a school in the walls. The squirrels looked up when Chico popped his head out of the tunnel. Look at those squirrels. They have a school. Hello? Hello? Are you new? No, I was just wondering what you're doing. We're studying bird feeders. This is our school. Well, I'm not sure if you know this, but you sort of built your school by taking stuff from our school. Seriously? All this is yours? Yes, it is. But, I could help you build your own school. A school not held together with tape and library books. Really? You could do that? I'll run to the office and tell the others. Others? Chico remembered a hollow oak tree by the playground. It would be perfect for a squirrel school. So all the kids and squirrels helped him build it. Everyone shared Chico's tools. Then Chico patched up the tunnel, and the squirrels returned all the stolen items. When they had finished, they all shared story time out on the lawn, and even though the squirrels still may not have been the ideal companions, everybody had fun. Boy, having your tool belt sure comes in handy at school, said Clark, tripping over a squirrel and crashing onto the seesaw. It really does, said Chico as he reached into his tool belt for his clamshell clamps and super sticky seesaw sealant. For some reason, there's always something to fix. The end. Thanks for reading. By the way, there's a Netflix show of Monkey with a Tool Belt coming out May 7th or 8th. I can't remember what, but check it out if you like Chico. All right. Have a good night.